around it. So what I'm going to do is actually take them apart and clean them really good. And a way to do that, they're under so much pressure because the springs in them, you have to loosen these Allen heads, take them off. So what I found the easiest thing to do is put them in a vise, which I've got here. I'll put them in a vise, put a little bit of pressure against each side, take out the screws, then I can slowly release the pressure and pull the cap off, pull the springs out, and I can clean it and go through it. But anyway, I've got to pull it apart anyway because I have to drill and tap this to put a fitting in it. Boost Leash ordered the fittings and all kit. Here's the fittings for the push lock hose. Unfortunately, they don't send a way to drill and tap it. So I got on Amazon and ordered this. It's a Century pipe tap. And this is a 1/8 by 27 NPT, which is what these fittings are. So push lock, 1/4 inch hose, which I got with the kit right here. So you basically drill and tap, and you can check out the fittings. They fit right into the existing ones there, like so. So what I have to do is drill and tap another hole. I'll just pick a spot over here. Since I only have to do one of them, per the instructions, I don't have to do two, just do one. I'll just take one apart, drill and tap it, put the fitting in here like this, and have the one fitting here and one fitting there. What I found was I don't like these straight up down fittings, so I went ahead and got in touch with Boost Leash and I ordered, they have some right angle fittings, so when I put it in there it'll actually be like this. So what I might do is see how much room I've got once I get one in here, and see if it's going to have enough room to turn to tighten these down. And if I don't, I might leave that hole and drill a hole opposite sides, you know, from each other, one here and one here, so I can put the right angles in and make it easier to get the fittings in and out. Because the one in the middle with a right angle like this, and then you're trying to put a fitting here and turn it, sometimes it might try to hit. But I don't know yet. I need to get the fittings in to see what's going to work out the best. But anyway, just give you a heads up. Per the instructions, you have to add another port just on one wastegate for this controller to work properly. While we're at it, I'll show you, I've got my CO2 tank filled. I went to a fire extinguisher company, which is the best way to get your real CO2. There's people that, you know, cut corners and put nitrous oxide in the tank, but that's not the right way to do it. I end up putting my tank right here. Motion Raceworks, get this off. Motion Raceworks makes this nice roll bar mount and CO2 bracket. So that holds your tank. Roll bar mount here. There's my tank and gauge. If I want to see it, I just basically let the seat up, come in here, and I can actually read the gauges, see what they're set to, and good to go. So anyway, it fits. It's kind of stealthy. It still gives me the stealth look I like with the car. I had mounted up here across horizontally on the bar, but I didn't like it after looking at it a little bit more. So anyway, that's the setup on the car. Got it jacked up now so I get the wastegates off. That's where they're mounted on my car particularly. And I've got to change these lines. These were the original lines that's been on the car, and I'm going to change those out with those push lock lines. And in the middle now of taking off the original boost controller that I had, which was this boost controller. This is just a display. Everything was mounted here in the box. I've taken all that out. And this is the new controller. I kind of laid it out here. This is the display it's going to be. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to put it in here in the console to make it nice. I've got my Quick 6 controller there. My transmission temperature gauge here, and a cup holder, because you gotta have a cup holder in your street car with your leather seats. Bing. But this controller you see on the back, this is how the connection goes in. So it's not very user friendly to a flush mount, because I thought about putting it somewhere up here and making a bracket. Unfortunately, if I do that, it's gonna kind of stick out. And if people sit in the car over here, their legs are tend to hit it. So now what I'm thinking about doing is putting it in here something like this and making a plate. I might even ditch the transmission gauge there and put the boost controller, something like that. I don't know, still thinking about what I'm going to do. I want to be able to adjust it while I'm sitting in my seat if for some reason I need to. I even thought about up here, but again, you gotta drill a bunch of stuff here, and there's a metal plate behind the dash here. So again, I don't know, something friendly. If it didn't have that plug sticking off the back, it'd give me a lot more options, but I don't want it hidden in here. I want to put it out somewhere in here, but not be intrusive. So we'll see. I think it's gonna end up here, or it might end up in the center console here somewhere like that or something. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's the project for today. Starting to work on that. Okay, so semi-vise, taking the screws off. I've started to relieve pressure on it here, turning this, and you'll see it's starting to loosen up, take pressure off real easy. So what we're trying to do here is establish getting the pressure off so I can get this out. But also, the reason I have both wastegates off, in the beginning I didn't fully explain. I see these springs in here. I've got two springs. I've got a blue spring and a yellow spring. So what I was trying to do with my old wastegate set up with my old boost controller is I had to actually put more pressure on the gate here with these springs to give me the desired boost that I wanted on the other side with that controller. So long story short, if you wanted to get, let's say 28 pounds of boost, you need to be making at least 14 or so pounds here with the spring, basically on wastegate. So on wastegate with boost controller turned to 0, my car would make about 14, 15 pounds of boost. Then you start trying to crank in the boost and it would start making a percentage based on top of that. So this is it. So what you do is you loosen this up, take the pressure off, pull this apart. And what I'm gonna do is, I'm actually gonna take the blue spring, which is the heavier spring, put the most tension on it, out. I'm gonna keep the yellow spring in there, which is the one that doesn't have hardly any tension. It should be about a 3-pound spring. And per the instructions over there, Boost Leash says to have a 3 to 5 pound spring in the wastegate. So what I'm gonna do is take the blue spring off, leave the yellow spring in here, put it back together once I clean everything out on this thing, and drill and tap one of them. But the gist of it here is we're going to try to set this up so we've got one spring in here for 3 to 5 pounds. All right, got a device just to show you. This is it still together. You pull the hat off. You see how it's got a recess in there for the spring to sit on. These are the springs. So I think I can twist this out holding the camera. Let's see here. Yep. So I twist that out. So there's the blue one, comes right off. That's the one that's got the most tension. Then the yellow one, obviously it pushes down really easy. The blue one's pretty tight. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna go in here and I'm gonna clean this all out really well before I put it all back together, just to grime and dirt from over the years of being used. Clean everything out really well before I put it back together, and then reassemble it with this lighter pound spring on it. And one of these, I'm gonna drill and tap this. So there you go. And just looking at it, further inspection, where I was thinking about putting something over here on the edge, after looking at it now, if I put something over here, that's where the spring is supposed to ride. So see, when that goes in here like this, so if I put something out there, it could be where the threads are. That may not be too good, so maybe I need to keep it in the center best I can. Hopefully those fittings will line up the way they should in there. Anyway, see if you can read that. Tile Sport, made in USA. Boom. So that's before and that's after. Big difference, right? Push it in. Look at there. Cleaned it all out, inside and out. See the valve. Push it in and out. Nice and clean. So I got to take this one apart now and clean it, but after 12 years, cleaned up really nice. That's how it was, pretty grungy. But basically just a little wire brush I've got here, and some like brake clean's what I use, but carburetor cleaner, brake clean, whatever. Just spray it in there and take your brush and work it around, clean that real good, open the valve, clean all down on the inside there. Run your brush there, run your brush on the inside here, and clean it around really good. And then what I do is I finish up, take a rag and wipe all around in here really good, and then wipe on the outside of your seal here. Make sure there's no debris, clean it up really well. So when you put it all back together, it'll be nice and clean on the inside. So there you go. Service the wastegates. Now this one's ready. I can put it on the pasture side. I don't think I'm going to drill this one, so I can put this 3-pound spring in it, put it back together, and I might even go ahead and hand polish this cap real quick while I got it out with some heavy metal polish from Chemical Guys. And yeah, so it'll look good like brand new, and put it back in. So I decided to sacrifice my transmission temperature gauge and find a place to mount my boost leash controller. So here it is on the 94 to 98 models. This is the cup holder. It's a little different from the 9904 style. Anyway, I had actually cut mine out in here so the gauge would fit. And so it worked out really well. Where the gauge was, I had taken an old sign. When I say old sign, see, I've got these old signs in my garage. I actually had an extra Pontiac sign because the first one I ordered got damaged in transit. So what I did was I actually cut out a piece of that sign for this little metal stock here that went over this hole. And I'd cut it out and kind of edged it to fit, and cut the center out with the gauge to go through, something like that. Then I had to trim all the bottom of it out down here. See if I can do this with one hand. Around the edge here, I had to trim it out just so that it would fit down flush in there with the new shifter I've got. The shifter was hitting the brackets on it. So anyway, as you can tell, with the boost leash, the plug fits in there perfect. So now I can plug it in, no problem. You'll notice how it's held down here, these little fasteners. They're really neat. They are from Autometer. So whenever you buy a gauge kit, for example, pillar pod type of thing, you'll get these little insulation kit steering column pods, and you get these little push pins, little Christmas tree type of push pins. So what I did, I had these left over from other projects, just extra. So I went in here and drilled just a 3/16 hole, and you do the push pin method. So not only to hold the sign in, but also for the boost controller. So we'll go out here real quick. Also, because the transmission temperature gauge runs off of Keon power and all that, it's pretty easy to go in here to the console, pop everything out. So this can plug right in to here. So it slides in here like so, and the connector here plug in to the bottom. See if you can see this or not while I try to hold it. Plugs in like so, there, like that. All neat. I'll go back and tidy these wires up in a little bit, but just a quick view here. Let's see if I can do this. Tidy these up, push them down in here just for a quick effect, and snaps them into place. So there you go. Gotta put my trim pieces on. Anyway, turn the key on. Streetcar. And you'll see it's actually turned on, ready to go. All right, so now from the driver's seat, I can reach over if I need to. I can change some settings here, so it'll be kind of neat to do that now. And I have access to my transmission controller here and the boost leash there, trans brakes here. This gray wire is for the bump box to bump it in while I'm on trans brake, so I'll probably have to put some kind of button over here on the steering wheel. I got to make sure all that's working, so it's a little different for 6R80. Again, their instructions call for 12 volts going in here and activating it, so it's a little different. 6R80 doesn't have that kind of setup. It's internal. So talked to US Shift, they gave me some ideas to try out, so I'm going to try them out, see if it'll work. So we'll see. That's next on the list. My map sensor, they don't give you very long wires. They recommend keep it in the car. So I'm going to have something like this. I have to run some push lock. Let me turn this off. This is pretty annoying. Have to run some push lock hose in here and probably put it somewhere under the dash or something just to hide it. And then here's the solenoids, and I'll run them outside of the car. The harness for them is here. And I'll have to, shut up. And I'll have to run them outside and under the dash for my old boost controller. So this is leftover harness for the old boost controller. I'll fish it out and fish the new ones in the same location out and under to the hood. Mount the solenoids, run all the line from the tank, which is back here, fish it all around, and then to the wastegates, which I'm waiting for those right angle fittings to come in. I might even put some right angle fittings on here just to make it a little neater once I run the lines. Anyway, there's a quick install. Wanted to end the video with at least some little progress here, but decided for the transmission temperature gauge to go away, and I might add it in later on. I just don't want to look too cluttered in here, so at least for now, this is functional, ready to go. Once everything's hooked up, I'll be able to adjust the boost here on the fly, and it has stages and all built into it, so we'll see how that does.